I hope you guys are excited, because right now we are about to start the first episode of Wacky Wednesday, which has not yet been given a name. Just because of the fact I haven't thought about it yet. So look up there later and you'll see, I don't know, Wacky Wednesday Episode 1, Smart Rhetorical Smart Arsey Name. And when you look at that name, it'll have something there obviously that I have thought of. Comment on what you think of the name, because I have not yet decided on it. And I'm going to probably spend the next hour or so trying to come up with something smutty and witty. So let me know what you think about that. Also, if this one is a success, this is episode 1, if this game is a success, if it gets enough views, enough likes, I will keep doing it. But if it is unsuccessful, the video will be deleted off and put under my bed so I never have to think about it again. So, what are we looking at right now? Wacky Wednesday, where we're going to take time off from all our laddering, our 5k best of 21s, our tribal wars, sometimes our Hun wars, and we're going to just mess with the metagame and laugh at people at other people's expenses. This is probably the only time I'll ever laugh at someone being just owned in-game, because I do find it mean to laugh at someone like that. But in this, the whole idea is to take the shit out of someone. So, let's get into it. Game 1. What do we have? We have Kerberos playing in blue, and he's going to be our champion for today. He has chosen Persians, so naturally his opponent's probably chosen Civ as well. And with Persians, naturally, you get the double HP on the town center, as well as a lot of extra bonus resources when you start off, which is great, because that means he's going to have extra resources that get his town center up, and his town center has a lot more. So, for those who don't know what the actual challenge was of this week, the challenge was to Persian douche your opponent. And the whole idea of that is, Persians have a really strong town center. They start off with a good economy. The idea is, get your villager count up, delete it off, then build your town center right next to your opponent, and kill their town center and all their villagers off with your town center. And the reason it works so well, in my opinion, is because they're not expecting it. Nobody ever expects a town center to just appear in front of them. So there we have the no loom coming in there with the boar. So no loom boar there, which means he's going to have that 50 extra. But you're going to want to get loom before you go into your opponent, because if you get in range of the town center there, you're just going to lose your villagers instantly. So we're currently at 3.5 minutes in, 4 villagers on wood, because he wants to get that wood count up so he can get his town center in. And right now, I would just assume Herpderp, he's just playing a normal game. He's getting his boar in, whatever, he's got his house up, he's got 5 houses up nice and early, especially playing as Chinese. It never hurts to get a few houses up. But I don't know how well he's going to play. You can see he's already got loom done, boar lure's a little bit out there. Not to mention the lure over here from Kerberos was actually pretty damn decent. So, as well, this game was played on Game Ranger, I believe, so you're not going to be able to look up the actual ratings of the players. However, I can say Kerberos is probably a little bit in front of Herpderp skill-wise, just when you look at the macro, the micro, the style of everything, how it's done. So, there we go. And actually, there's a point I wanted to bring up. It was in one of my previous videos, someone said something, and I was like, whoa man, that's pretty harsh, you know, don't say that, and I commented that. And he said, that's not the context in which I meant it at all. So, my theory is, over text-based things, you need at least 3 fonts. One to say, it's cool, I enjoy this. One that we can call, like, Sarcastica or something, where you can just write it in, and do that. And another one where you can just put in, it's, instead of having to have these damn frowny faces at the end of anything, just have it in, like, bold italics, just to show, like, this is shit. So, we see, going up now, he went up at the 6-minute mark. So, town center's going up now, and there we go. Actually, I want to pause it right now. For those who don't know, when you do something like this to your opponent, you will get the fuck off. That's just generally, you will get some kind of nerd rage coming your way. And I love the response Kerberos had this. He had the double dot D. Just, ah! It's like he knew he wanted to do this, and that's exactly the result he wanted out of this. Excuse me, at least choked on my own spit there. So, town center goes down. I've already got the fuck off, so he knows he's in trouble. And everything just gets garrisoned into the town center. So, at this point, I think Herpderp's reaction is something like that. It's a town center in my base! And he has no idea what to do. So, he just garrisons all his units up. And town center being mismicroed here a bit, actually going for this house here. That's the other problem with town center attacking like this. You have to keep a constant eye on them, because they always do want to attack the thing closest to them. Kerberos doing the smart thing, scouting out his opponent's lumber camp, wants to see if he does this. And we already have Kerberos just getting his wood supply up. And right now, I actually want to see what the populations are. I don't think they'll be too much different, but we've got Kerberos on 19, Herpderp on 17. So Kerberos does have the advantage when it comes down to that. But the thing is, Herptet really has nowhere he can gather resources from. He can gather from this tree over here, maybe this one over here, but apart from that, it's going to be a real long distance. So, in my opinion so far, the way he's done this, perfect tactic, perfectly feasible. So, I wouldn't even be surprised actually if he starts gathering from those berry bushes. That villager there is screwed. But the point itself is that he's boxed his opponent in, forced him to garrison his town center, getting rid of all those villagers out of the way. He's got berry bushes here, which he can keep producing villages with, and he's about to take out his opponent's base. In my opinion, completely viable tactic. Some people, of course, are going to be like, oh, it's cheap. To me, it's just fucking hilarious. So, lots of villagers here. Here comes the rage quit, I believe. All villagers attacking the town center. Knows it's not going to help at all. As well, when you're doing this as well, you only have to have 10 villagers in your town center, because you can only shoot X amount of arrows, which is 10. And if you have any more in there, I don't believe it does anything, so there you go. And villagers are about to be finally killed off. And so for an introductory game, I thought this was pretty good. It outlined exactly what I wanted to see, and it did a great job of it. Kerberos, congratulations to you. You have scored the first game ever in a Wacky Wednesday series. Be proud of yourselves. Town center goes down, and here comes the rage. Delete, 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 and delete. Go on, delete it. There we go, and the delete. So it is complete rage quit from here. The scout is still over here, but we're going to see the resign any second now, unless he wants to play with these sheep. So, there we go. The first game of Wacky Wednesday. Complete and utter destruction by our blue champion, Kerberos. So, I'm going to put it over to the next game, because I want to show you just how well it can be put into a 2v2 function as well. So, hold on one second, I'll just put up the next game. So, we've seen how it works in a 1v1 situation. But I got this game said to me, and I was honestly quite amazed. I wasn't expecting something like this at all. But a 2v2 Person Douche, where both players delete their town centers, go over to their respected opponents, and force them out of the game. So in blue, we have Pedo Bear, and in red, we have Hannah Montana. And these are the players, to me, who have put the most effort into this, because they've coordinated this. I don't want to think about how many times I actually had to do it. And their opponents will be EMP Thunder in purple, and a Bullion playing in green. So, we'll start the game off. Starts like any other game, of course. You get your 2 sheep, or you put your 2 houses down like that, collect your 4 sheep, put them into the town center over here, bring the trees in, cut some down, and then you put it in. So the only real difference that's been in the game so far is both people have chosen that. And that's the spirit I want to see there. Just, let's do this. Okay, and there we go from Pedo Bear, actually. Just, it's Wacky Wednesday to everyone. So anybody who watches my channel and knows that, they should know exactly what they're doing. But I'm taking it, you guys haven't subscribed to me, and that's why you guys lost this game. That is why. So I guess the message to this is subscribe to me or lose to really, really weird things. So, sheep going down, we have the villager going up to grab the board, putting the house down. I always like to do that exactly the same, actually. Put that house down, grab the boar, because then it keeps your population intact, I've found. Because I usually lure the boar just before 10, and that gives me enough to put the house up. Pull that one in, then I get the next boar in, and then I've got 25, so that's enough for my 22. So in my opinion, that's my way of keeping in track, as well as this person's by the look of it. It's quite well done. Anyway, it might just be, they might even, well, obviously they watch my channel, and that's the way I do it, so that's where they might have got it from. So, at this point, just building up, you know how it goes, he knows where his ally is, and gonna be able to put in the damage is the goal here. So, I'm scouting them now, so heading off to do your scout, and you've got to remember, on a map like this as well, you've got to make sure to get out and scout quick, because it's a 4-player map, which means the map's big, which means it's a bigger area which your opponent could be in. Already got the 4 villages on there. Just people being created. And seen those sheep, stopped and turn around. And EMP is good, you take him. So here we have the thing that Pedo Bear is a bit better than Hannah Montana. And they're working as a team to do that. And I'll take you, I'll find out. And looks like, alright, so we have a location right now on EMP Thunder. So he's over here. And Balloon's scouting over here. We found some sheep, so he knows he's within this area over here now. So scout this area here, and EMP Thunder. Alright, so green is going to go to Hannah Montana, and purple is going to go to Pedo Bear. And there we go, so there is the green town center there, not garrisoning that there, and already onto berries as well. So right now we're going to see the difference here between a team who actively talks together, and knows what strategy they want to do, and a team that gets person-deuced, basically, essentially. So, on these berries here. No, and here go the villagers. The villagers are already moving up, keeping all those down. And Flare again then, so he knows where he is. Alright, so they know where EMP Thunder is. Well, the villagers are on the move. These two sheep here have still not been scattered by Bullion. And Peterborough actually taking quite a good lead at this stage. 543 to EMP Thunder's 484. So we see quite a difference. And there we go. And the damage there has been done. They know where he is now, and these villagers are already halfway across the map. So unless he gets attacked by a pack of wolves or something, he should be pretty much alright. All these trees here have been cut down, obviously looking for farmland. And just scouting this area here. He knows where his lumber camp is. It's over this side here. He knows there's a gold pile there. And we're just looking at this stage. Actually, I want to swap over to EMP Thunder's view, just because I want to know what he does when he sees us. Actually, view lock as well. I don't think that'll work, actually, because I don't have the game in his point of view. But this is the goal. So, does he see the town centre go down? No, but he has seen this villager walk past, and he could think something's up there. And more villagers. At this point, I would be like, he must be going forward. And seeing that amount of villagers there, I would have a bigger, and seeing 3 just idling there. And there we go. Town Centre gets put down right next to his berry bushes here. Might manage to take out a few of these guys. But now we really want to see the reaction from EMP Thunder. How does he react to this? He doesn't. He doesn't move these villagers away. He doesn't pull these ones in. He pulls all these villagers here in. These ones over here just decide to sit here, and they're just like, alright, we'll get every bit of berry out of this bush we can, and then we'll run. And here comes the garrison. And villagers getting killed off. Either EMP Thunder didn't notice this at all, or he's just saying, if I can't see you, you can't see me. It's good. And these villagers still gathering from the bushes. I like their determination. Even though they're going to die, they've done a pretty good effort. So at this point, EMP Thunder, you're either not reacting or you've just gone, nah. And there we go. There's the, nah, I'm out. It's good. I've seen this. EMP Thunder's out. Fair enough. And then we swap back to Peterborough. So what's the reaction here going to be? We can already see Hannah Montana is going forward with this. And no doubt Bullion's going to be confused because he does not know what's going on right now. And going for the double right there. And puts the town centre down, so he's getting double town centered. And at this point, Bullion's just going, what happened to my ally? Why is there a town centre coming up next to my town centre? Huh? And just going, nah, I can't do this either. So there we go. It's not just effective in 1v1s, but you can make your opponents lose their shit in 2v2s as well. We saw the, resign there, and what the fuck, resign there. So it's definitely doable in a 2v2 situation. So, I'm going to go into another game right now, and I'll show you just how the effects of it can vary. So, let's plop into that one right now. So, we're in a 2v2 game again, and I was actually completely and utterly surprised by the amount of 2v2s I got. I was expecting a shitload of 1v1s, and that was it. But people here have really thought outside the box, and they've gone, let's just 2v2 that one. So, the purpose of this one is, I know I've seen a 2v2 so far, but there has to be at least one complete and utter fail so far in this game. And this is it. See when you can see when they go wrong and how it goes wrong. Because it's very interesting. So in blue we have Prairie Dog, and his ally in this one will be the massive Meerkat playing in yellow. Both players have picked Persians, of course, because that's the best way to do it. We have their opponent Nasu in green, and I'll give you his Civ, why not? He's playing as Turks. And we have Leon on red playing as the Huns, as the lame Civ. So, again, we're going to see the same kind of thing as the 2v2 that we saw previously. And that's mostly going to come down to the fact there's going to be a lot of chat between the two players. There should be a decent amount of teamwork used and flaring, just to show where the opponents are and where they are, and just the difference they can do. So, like I said, this is a fail game, and honestly, it's definitely different. The only reason I'm putting it up is because it is so badly, well, not so badly done, but badly done, and putting that palisade down there actually quite smart. Same startup again, so you can tell, watches my channel. Very happy about this. So Scout up here, Scout has been lost. Now, that's going to be pretty bad at this sense, because, and actually there we go, you have Meerkat, just, where is my sheep? And that's naturally that I'm doing badly, I'm sorry kind of comment. So we have this scout out already. He knows nothing of his opponent. He knows where none of his resources are. I'm just going to keep playing this though. And he has no idea where anything is. But he still decides to go for the Persian douche. That there is determination. He has no idea where any of his things are. And there we go. We have the late flare as well. Red. That's all we get. Just red. And there we go from Meerkat. This could be hard. And just, no, we got this. We can do this. So we do have a big difference between the players here. We do see Prairie Dog playing the positive side. He wants to get it. Massive Meerkat on the other side is like, nah, we're boned. And he doesn't even know that Prairie Dog's lost his scout. And honestly, losing his scout like that, I think that's pretty much losing a scout like that at the start of a game where you're trying to do something like this. Give up then. Honestly, because you have no idea where his resources are. For all you know, you could just put your town center down over here. And he's still got access to his food, his wood, and his gold. And you've done nothing essentially but taken out his town center. And if he still has that wood camp up, he can just sit there and repair his town center until it's all good. And here we go. We already have Prairie Dog going up at the 6-minute 30 mark yet again for another person. And moving up, and then we've got the fuck wow there from Meerkat for some unknown reason. Might have been because it was moving up so fast. I don't know. And here's the other problem right now. Scout sees the villagers going forward, yet he still moves in with it. Determination right there. So we can see now, Lung knows there's something coming. Prairie Dog has no scouting information on his opponent, apart from he's got his town center there. So, essentially, he's boned, if you think about it. Prairie Dog doesn't have a lot he can do. And there we go. Town center goes down, within range. It's all good. Two over here scouting it out, and here come the villagers here, obviously going to want to try and do some damage there. However, you know, loomed villagers, they don't take that much damage from villagers either. Garrisoning that town center nice and quickly, and here we go from Prairie Dog. The Drush, well, not the Drush, the douche has started. But, what can we see? Still got access to his food. Still got access to his wood. What has this achieved? It's achieved Prairie Dog moving his town center. Getting a mill. And getting a few resources off here. So essentially he's pretty much found nothing. His scouting as well, horrible. All he knows is his town center's here. No idea what his opponent's doing. And I'm actually going to pause it right here because I want to swap over to Lung. Because if you don't notice, he's getting ready to go up to the feudal age. He's got 27 population already. So it means he's already above average, which means he could have been up by now. And I believe this is Green Arabia actually instead of Arabia, just so you guys know. Because lots of people can't see the difference. And now we have a massive Meerkat moving up as well. So moving around this side here, trying to go in stealthily. I'm going to pause this just to see how many times we get seen here by Leon. Leon? No, Nasu. We want Nasu. Nasu. Alright. So he doesn't know what's going on yet. Let's put it this way, and the scout's there, whatever. And sees villagers walking past here. If he's keeping an eye on the minimap, he should see this. And there we go. We have a massive Meerkat going down there with his town center. He's got scouting information on his opponent. He knows where everything is. He knows his lumber camps over here. He knows his gold mines here. So essentially, he's done a better job. Nasu, however, doesn't know how to react at this point. But he keeps calm. He keeps all his villagers doing what he needs to. And essentially, it's all good. Meerkat has done his job. But if we take the fog of war off and go back to Prairie Dog over here, things aren't going quite so well. We can see over here on Deer, he's got his things over there, he's got enough on the bushes, he's got his little lumber camp up. No gold yet though. And if we swap over, we'll see he's already going up to feudal age as well. And if there's one thing you don't want when you're person douching, it's that's your opponent going up and getting towers up around you, or going straight to castle and getting that ram out, because naturally with this tactic, you're going to be behind by quite a lot, and nearly taking the town center out there, but here come the repairers. Not a lot you can do about it. So either the best thing you can do is cut your opponent off from getting to their town center, or put it that little bit closer so you can actually kill off the villagers. Maybe if you put it like there, you would have been able to get a little bit more kill. But, you know, not a lot you can do. Town center being repaired. And there we go, Leong's gone up. So how's he going to react to this? Is he going to put the market and the smith down and go up, or is he going to go with like a stable, or how's he going to go about it? That's my question right now. And while we're waiting, actually, we'll just check on Meerkat down over here. And we can see that Nasu doesn't really know what he's doing. He has aged up, and he's keeping this town centre relatively high on HP. All these villagers here have moved, though. And he's moved his lumber camp down over here. Definitely a smart move. We can see, though, that Massive Meerkat still in Dark Age. Not a lot you can do while you're in Dark Age. Not a lot at all. But still, they're just getting completely owned at this point. Like, it's paying off. He's slowly killing off this town center, but I don't think it's going to be able to do anything. Especially when he's trying to kill that mining camp. But town center is still up over here. Still in quite high HP, but we see the watchtower go up, and it looks like it could be killed off. Yeah, getting killed off there quite quickly. And there we go. Only got the 10 garrisoned in there by the looks of it, 2 actually, which is always good. We see stone, and we see wood, and we see gold now. So, if we look at Liang's resources, he isn't doing too badly, but it's definitely put him off his game, but not enough so to screw him up. He's still got his economy going, he's still functioning better than his opponent, and the idea of the Persian Douche is to stop your opponent really thinking about what they're doing. You want to get them at a stage where they're just like, I don't know what to do. You really want to mess with them, which is the whole idea. But when he's got so much of his resources still available to him, he's just thinking, I can't build over here. I've got to keep a villager back here repairing my town center. And that's it. So there's not a lot they can do about it, honestly. If we come down over here, though, town center's still slowly going down, but getting repaired. I'm surprised we actually haven't seen any towers come up for Nasu yet, just because of that. But, you know, not a lot they can do about it. And there's another outpost going up. Actually, I thought that would be a tower, but it's an outpost. Outpost up for Prairie Dog as well, though. Prairie Dog not doing too bad, nearly on terms there with Nasu, but not a lot he can do. And if we check over, are they actually advancing? Prairie Dog not advancing yet. Got quite a few farms up, though, so he's looking to advance. And we can see there we've got Massive Meerkat commenting that his opponent still hasn't lost his town center. And still going there, and he's got lots of villagers on wood there, so there's no reason that town center's going to go down. And essentially, they're screwed at this point, in my opinion. If you haven't got your opponent's town centers down at 20 minutes, I'd give up. Just because of the fact your opponent's going to have a way better economy than you. You can tell by the scores right here, they're getting shit on by Liang. He's just doing a great job defending it off. And these stone miners over here going to be able to get, might even be going for a castle actually if we swap over. He's definitely nearly got enough resources there to put a castle up. So if he goes up with a defensive castle next to this town center, we know how that's going to end, especially if Prairie Dog stays in Feudal Age. And there we go, actually Prairie Dog's gone up to Feudal. Oh my god there, and fucking TC attacked the other TC. Like I said, it constantly attacks this mining camp, but if it's on 50 HP, you know, kill it off. And I think he might have actually there. And trying to kill that house there, being very effective. And it shows in this, it actually requires quite a bit of micro to outdo your opponent's town center. But look at that, back up to 2000 HP. Exactly what you don't want to see. Your opponent's town center go nearly down, and then rebuild. Screwed up. So, from the scores right now, we can tell the Prairie Dog's doing better than Nasu, considering all Nasu's doing is gathering wood. But, in the long run, Liang is going to just completely and utterly rape Prairie Dog. If you look at it, he's got the blacksmith going down, he's got the market going down, so he's about to go up, he's got the resources to go up. We've got Meerkat going up to Feudal there, so everyone's made into Feudal, that's good. And I've actually got some harassment coming in here from Prairie Dog, which is interesting. Got the Skirmisher Harass coming in, and we've got the double tower going down there, and we've got the extra town center going down over here now. Well, the new town center. So, effectively, this town center here is doing nothing now. He's just moved up and lost that. We do have the skirmishers coming in, though. No gold available, though, for Prairie Dog. And I like the fact he's actually moved his lumber camp. Like, that's probably one of the best things I can say about this. Just because of the fact his opponent knows it was over here, so he can come down and cut off his wood supply. But no, he's over here doing this. Which is, it's very smart, in my opinion. Probably the smartest thing in this game by far. Town center down over here, going up to castle age, 40%. As soon as that castle's hit, he better resign. Liang, though, not doing quite so well still. Only really getting his wood count up. Doesn't really have too many on farms, but then again, he's lost access to these two here. And if we see Meerkat not being too careful, he could actually lose his town center. Looks like he does have quite an amount, though, on his opponent, so he should be alright. And here comes the cheapo flush harass. Gets these guys here, puts them in at the bottom of the tower, and in this case you just kind of sit here and, you know, try to attack. And there we go, going up to Castle Age. At this point, Prairie Dog and Massive Meerkat's reaction should just be, what? Bones. That should be there. We've got the Siege Workshop going down, another town center going down, Stable Knights being created there, and At this point, they're screwed. Monastery going down as well. Town center there, and probably going to kill that knight, but that'll probably be bad. Nope, not even killing that knight. And running away with those skirmishes there. We do have scouts being created though, because that's really all he can create at this time. And there's the battering ram. So, battering ram's going to come up here, so most likely those scouts are going to get out of it. Market going down for Prairie Dog, so he wants to advance. And scouts are going to be able to kill this ram off, by the look of it. Yeah, they're going to get that ram kill. That's actually really interesting that the knights didn't foresee this. And in they go, trying to get some harassment, but they are going to get picked off very, very quickly. Another battering ram there, going to most likely just take out all this. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if this scout doesn't manage to take it out, just because of the fact the knights are on their way back already. And actually getting monks out as well. Very smart idea, converting that scout, actually. Just because of the fact that the monk outranges the town center by quite a bit, so they're going to be able to actually completely do it. So if you really want to look at it, in this game, it's pretty much how to defend from a Persian douche, and what to not do when doing a Persian douche. Monks, good idea. Siege, good idea. Castle, even better idea. So at this point, Prairie Dog I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I'm out of this. Nah, no way I can do this now. And actually, is he going up to Castle Age, or is he just... Nope, not going up to Castle. Nearly has the resources. However, we do see Nasu did lose his town center. Finally. So, Nasu is pretty much screwed at this point. If they could join together and take out Leong's castle and his siege and his overall impressive tech, that'd be okay. And there we go, Prairie Dog. Well, I've got a castle to deal with, a massive meerkat. Shit. So, that's pretty much game right there. Just the fact this castle's going up, all these villagers are in on it, this ram's coming out to take out this town center. Got these spears here to defend, but they're not really going to be able to do a lot. So if it was just against Nasu, if it was between Meerkat and Nasu, Meerkat would have taken it just because he's held Nasu back so much. And stealing his farms though by the looks of it, actually. But the fact is still, we have Prairie Dog getting completely raped over here by a castle, some rams, some knights, and monks. So there's really nothing he can do. And as soon as this town center goes down, he's going to resign. In fact, he might even resign before it goes down. And these spearmen here just getting taken out by this castle. Ram most likely going to survive. And actually we have Tarkans being created as well. Something we don't often see from Hunts, just because of the fact that they've never really found a use. But when your opponent's got a town center this close, why the hell not? And Prairie Dog resigning out there. No way he could win. And now we're just waiting on Massive Meerkat. And there we go. Resigning out. So that is the game there, and that is how not to do it and how to defend. So I've got one more game for us. It's a very long game, but it's a very interesting game. So I'll see you guys in the last game for Wacky Wednesday. So we're into our last game of Wacky Wednesday. But this is a good game. I'll start it up right now just because it's bloody long. But this is the kind of dedication I wasn't expecting to see. Starting a game and like this, and when it doesn't work out, just resigning off and going. But no, our friend Borshak here, he has played it right through to the end. So for that, I'm extremely thankful. So well done to him playing this game. It's actually freaking brilliant. Great play by both players in this. And I better introduce the players actually. In blue, we have Borshak, and he is playing as the Persians. And his opponent is Sita Percy, who is playing as the Chinese in red. So again, thank you to everybody who sent in a recording so far. I believe I featured 4 games, so that's pretty good. And you know, if you got in them, be happy. It's pretty good. And if you didn't, it means, well, there was a game that was just a bit better than yours. Which means you can play it. I didn't set a limit or anything. You can send in as many games of you as you want. Actually, from Broshak here, I actually got 3 games off him. So a big thank you to him. And I actually got quite a few games. I got more than I was expecting. So this is just the test run 1. This will be episode 1. Still haven't thought of a name. But I will give it one. And I am sure it will be very funny and witty. But the thing is, it still remains. If you like it, post in the comments how you like it, post in the comments what I can do to improve, what I need to take out of it, what I need to add to it, etc, etc. Because if I do another one, it's going to come down to whether or not you guys enjoyed it, because I'm not doing it for my amusement. As funny as it is to actually watch people do this, it is actually quite funny. I'm doing it because it's good to mix it up and give you guys something else to look forward to. Instead of sitting there laddering all day, just going, I'm going to mess with this guy. Make a difference like that. So let me know what you think about it. Would you like to see another one? Because if this is a success, I'll do it again.
And remember as well, send your records in. If you lose, it doesn't matter. We saw one before where someone lost, and it was pretty funny. I will admit, I probably will make fun of you a little bit, but, you know, it's good. And even if you just manage to troll the hell out of someone with it, as long as you get the win as well, doesn't really matter. As long as it's funny, I'm really happy with it. So, and of course within the rules. This week's rules were quite simple. But yes, let me know if you want to see another one. Because until I get enough replies on that, I probably won't do another one. Just because I'll have to issue the challenge, we'll have to wait a week for everyone to get their submissions in. And if I don't get enough submissions, have to wait a little bit longer. And the reason this is actually going out so late, I've actually got quite a lot of recordings before this. But the point is, I've been quite busy recently, and I actually, while we're on that topic, Master Arabia, my games will not be shown, as for number 1, I was awarded the win because my guy didn't show up. I don't know whether I'm just really scary because I'm the YouTube guy, and I rank it at 1.7, or if he just didn't turn up on time. And my second game, I was literally, when I wasn't posting videos, I was literally talking to universities in Melbourne and whatnot. Actually, hell, I'll say, I actually got into university a few days ago, just because I've been chatting with them and whatnot, and they asked me to come up and say hi, so I did, and they accepted me on the spot, which is pretty interesting, because I haven't even finished year 12. So, it's pretty good, actually, knowing I'm needing to do that. So, actually, 8 minutes 30, going up with his villagers. So, that's enough random talk. But yes, so to my opponent, I believe it was Sticky Fingers. Sorry, I didn't make the time, and I've only finally just got time to actually record this, which is pretty amazing because usually I try to have a little bit of time. But here we go, the town center goes down, and let's pause it. Let's have a look at what Citrus sees. Do you see these villagers coming? Not yet. And do you see the town center go down? No town center. He sees the scout. Is he going to see this town center? And there we go. It's definitely placed, so let's pause and go back over, because we know you can't see the chat unless you're spectating a certain person. So actually, Cision, if you're there, if you're watching, if anyone here knows Cision's watching, tell him to make the chat visible and everything if it's physically possible. Losing a villager there, however, does he have loom? I didn't get to see if he had loom. Actually, he's probably got villagers back here. Yeah, he's got loom, so it's not too bad. And here we go, the town center damage begins. But now to know how this is going to end, it's going to end with the Persian player winning. Just because of the fact, he's got more HP. So there you go, whenever you're playing a Persian player, expect it. Scout out as much as you can between you and them, see if their villagers come down. Because if they are, you could see this, it might not be a ford. If you see 2 villagers coming down, probably won't see this. But if you see like 13 villagers moving forward, I think you know what's about to happen. So being forced to repair that town center up, and what do we see right now? We see he's got a decent economy. Brocheck, that is. If we look back over here, he's actually got a pretty decent economy compared. He's got a few on wood, he's got a few over here, naturally not focusing exactly as he needs to because he's up here busy trying to make sure this town center attack's the right thing. And he's going to go tower going up behind there. So we can see that Citrus, he's got the right idea. He knows what's going on, he's going for that tower behind. Because that means he's going to be able to pick off these villagers, repairing. Town center on this side over here, though, taking a lot of damage. It's down to 600 HP. So honestly, if this town center goes down, he could be in a lot of trouble. And here comes a repair. And right now, we have the good job from Brocheck there, being very congratulatory. He knows he's doing well, and his opponent's doing his best to get out of it. But the way it's going, this town center might go down. And if that goes down, he's going to be at a big advantage, because rebuilding a town center, it's expensive. He's actually got villagers there attacking it as well, just because of the fact you may as well, because they can't garrison it. And there it goes, the town center is actually down. So lure these villagers over, come on, lure them over. Lure them within range of this town center. Oh, not. No, good enough for me though. He's taken out the town center, he moved his town center forward. All the rules of the game have been complete. Currently at the 16-minute mark, and he's in top of score, and his opponent's in feudal age, and he's only in the dark age. And taking down that town center now. So, all these villagers here, free to do whatever you want right now. You can steal these berries, you could take this gold, you can attack his villagers with your villagers, leading off that palisade there. You're all good, man. Do whatever the hell you want. So, here he comes now, and we're about to see a villager war by the looks of it. And he's trying to wall these villagers in. Interesting little tactic there. If he actually manages to pull it off, that could be quite amazing, but looks like most of those villagers are going to get out of there. Imagine if he actually kept them all walled in there. So, Roshak, so far, probably playing the best. He has thought about it the best. He's done the best effort. But, either way, he's lost 100 wood to this lumber camp. However, I don't know how much it costs to put this wall up. Palisade, of course, not being the most expensive thing. Could lose that villager there, potentially. And getting away with 2 HP. Very good effort there. And we see we've actually got Cityprius just... he doesn't really know what to do at this stage. He's got his town center up, he's at the stone, he's happy. Happy. However, we do say Brochak is actually taking off on the economy. He currently has 33 population, Cityprize only has 25, and if we look at it, Brochak actually has a decent amount of resources in. He's not doing badly. He's not going up though, that's probably his biggest concern right now. And he's killing off his opponent's houses as well. Very good tactic to do, because nobody really ever goes after that, because your population is probably your most precious resource. Just due to the fact if you don't have it, you can't build anything full stop. And gonna lose a few villages here by the looks of it. And nearly losing that one there. And no, what's he doing? So, the plan now is, what do you do after the Douche's success? Well, if your opponent manages to come out of it like this, really you just need to get to feudal as quick as possible and try and get some harassing. And if they start putting up towers like this, you need to get to castle as quick as possible and start to put some damage on. And we can actually see he's actually got his base down over here still operating as well. So that's actually quite a good thing. It means he has 2 areas of lumber, which means if this one over here gets harassed by these towers, it's not really going to matter too much. Like, naturally, of course, it will hurt, but it's not as bad as it could be. And we can see that Surpriser, he doesn't have a lot he can do. Citypros, he actually is boxed into this area here, and that's about all he has. We're currently at the 24 minutes into the game, and we can see that Brochak still has not gone up to the feudal age. Only going up now. This town center is going to be within range of this watchtower here by the looks of it, or at least these farms will. So he doesn't have the new blacksmith upgrades, but pulling off the villages here to attack, always risky business when you do that, just because of the fact you can get attacked by this, you can get attacked by this, and you're stuck out in the open. So losing lots of villages there, actually, quite a few. And it means he's going to have to pull back, like he just did. He lost all his villages and the tower didn't go down, which is bad. So the plan on this stage is get to feudal, get to castle. He's still ahead of his opponent, which is really, really decent. Like, to me, this is starting to come off as a viable tactic after watching all this. After watching all the wins, and if you moderate it correctly, you'll be able to get the win. Because what have we seen so far? We've seen it go forward, take out the town center completely, rage quit. Then another one we saw, a 2v2. Worked well. 2v2 again, didn't get the necessary information needed, didn't work. And in this one here, we've seen him come in, take this out, and he's still retaining the score lead, even though he's so far behind. All he needs is a bit of gold, and he can go up, as well as getting those market and blacksmith up as well, of course. And moving these villages back. Interesting to see whether he actually moves it, and that villager there could be in trouble with that wolf. No, just taking it out just in time. How many HP is that villager on? On 6 HP. Good effort there. But we see, though, that the Cityprize, he doesn't have a lot he can do. Like I've been saying all game, he's been put in a really weird position. He hasn't got his market up, though. He's got his blacksmith, and there's the barracks going down, which means he's going to have to get the archer into the stable, or, yeah, up, before he can do any more damage. And right now, we can see that Brochak, he's going to be able to go up any second now. Soon he gets that blacksmith up in that market, which he's got, and there we go, he's going to Castle Age, he's got his gold supply, and the best bit is, he has his opponent's gold and resources as well. They are fairly evenly distributed if you think about it, not always where they are, but they're generally like, you get your gold mine, your big gold mine, your stone mine, your stone mine, your 2 little gold mines, your 2 little gold mines, and generally that's fairly even. So effectively he's pushed his opponent away from them as well, so he's managed to claim this gold mine here, this wood here, he's managed to claim this one here by walling it in, and he's managed to force his opponent all the way over here into this not so nice area. And as we can tell, he's about to hit Castle Age, and right now, Citypros, no, very far off Castle Age there. In fact, I don't think he even has a barracks up at this stage. Well, he's got the barracks, but he doesn't have anything else he's going to be actually harassing with. And there's Brochak going up. So he's pushing this lead. He's on 2,100 points, and Citypros only on 1,800. There is a big difference going on here. I'm sure people thought going into this, oh, it's just going to be lame. But look at this, we're getting a full-scale game out of this. Complete and utter different tactics. Which is what I like to see on Arabia. I'm sick of Hun Wars. As much as I commentate them, they're the only games like you can really get that are actually freaking awesome, but I'm freaking sick of them. So, seeing something like this go down, it's completely different, and potentially could lose this villager here if he decides to walk over there. Yep, losing that villager there. And here comes the knight harass right now from Cityprize. Not Cityprize, against Cityprize. Going to be able to take this one here, and he has the armor upgrade, which means he's going to be able to do a little bit better against these towers than he would be able to at the start. Nearly losing this knight here. We do have spears being created though for Cityprize, which means he's going to be able to do some damage to these knights, but not before they get away like that. And coming back, going to take out these villagers. No, going to go for this one here. And it looks like he could potentially lose all his knights here if he's not looking. And it looks like he might not be. And we've got the 11 there from Broshek. So playing this out for the fun at the moment, less than for the rating, which is, again, what I like to see. We've got another town center going up down over here. So he's got a town center on either side of his base. I'm surprised he actually hasn't gone for any towers yet. Like, the Broshek hasn't, just because it'd be so effective if you put one, like, over here and one, like, over here. He'd be able to do a lot of damage. And we can see right now we've got a lot of City Prizes people on stone there. Because that's about all we can really get at this stage. Naturally, you can get those farms up, actually, but let's check. So he is going up to Castle Edge, and he's going to want to get that castle up by looks of it. That's his goal right now. And we can see the amount of bumpage going on here is actually crazy. So we can fairly well see why Broshek is in front by 300 points. But Broshek doing a really good job. I will admit, he's done great to hold his opponent down like this. He's managed to get through these initial towers that came up from City Prize, which means he's been able to do a good job. And essentially that means he's going to own it. And there we go. So we've got City Prize going up to Castle Edge. We're currently 37 minutes into a Persian douche game, which is quite interesting. Anyone could say that. And right now, let's actually just check the populations. For City Prize right now, 45 out of 45. For Broshek, 42 out of 90. So he is behind a little bit on the population, but he's got the tech advantage at the moment, which is exactly what he wants. And let's have a look right now. City Prize is moving forward, and here comes the offensive castle. So this town center at this stage pretty much gone. You can admit that. That town center is going down. It's no way it's going to be able to take on a castle, especially when the castle's garrison like that. There's nothing you can do about it. So what can you do? You can move back to this base. You can move back to here, put another town center down. You can move back up here and put a town center down. There's so much you can do with this tactic. You have so much map control, and that's the thing that has been really underrated so far, actually, as well. The map control he has gained out of this is crazy. The only control that City Prize seems to have is this section here. And having control of this section here, it means he's got his gold mine, he's got his stone mine, he's got a little bit of forest, but that is it. The completely rest of the map is completely open for Broshek. We can see Chukunu is being created now, and that means we're going to most likely see the Persian cavalry come out, which will be the knights, and might even see him go up yet again. Broshek could be saving up, he's got quite a lot of gold there, and we've actually got battering rams being created and put onto this castle down here, which is interesting because the castle potentially could go down again. That scout, they're going to make short work of that battering ram there. Actually, I reckon if that battering ram turned around and attacked it, it could probably kill it. It's only on 1 HP. Go on, you can take it. Come on. And again, I think being hit with a ram like that looks pointy. Don't know about you guys, but if I was hit with that, I would probably die. Most likely. So, what's your thoughts on battering rams? There you go. Do you think they should do more damage to units? Because that is a giant spike. Or at least they should get an attack bonus versus vampires. You know how it goes. So, town center's still not down though. So we look at it, it's been pretty successful. Castle though, coming quite close to going down. So it's an interesting tactic we've got here. You can see that he's held out so far really, really well. Like surprisingly well. His tactic is doing great. And Castle is slowly getting repaired though. Looks like it won't go down. We are losing that ram there though, and more rams on the way though, so it does have the potential to go down. However, it is taking a lot of arrow fire. So, but we've got more Chukunus coming in, which means we must have another castle somewhere, or they've just been misplaced. There we go, so they must have been misplaced. And we can see right now, Broshek still has such good map control advantages, up by 500 points right now. And he's doing the damage which he needs to do. So again, I'll say it's a perfectly viable tactic. Some people are going to say it's the biggest cheese in the game. I don't disagree with you. It's so good. So, in my opinion, a tactic like this, it shouldn't be as underrated as it is. It works well. It requires a fair bit of skill to get off. You need to be able to read your opponent quite well, like we've seen in all the other games so far, except the fail game, of course. And Broshek's doing quite well to hold in here, honestly. He's got a great economy up. And if let's have a look at the populations again. We have a Broshek on 56 and City Prize on 55. So it is still quite close. However, Broshek does definitely have the advantage in this game, just because he's got so much area. And the fact that City Prize is still in castle. Not a lot he can do about that. Broshek, though, still in castle. Looks like he could advance soon, though, just because of the fact he currently has 1,000 gold already and 600 plus stone. And here we go up here, starting the offensive from another side. This tower is going to just hang in there. I thought that was certainly going down. We have the archery ranges out now, obviously to get skirmishes to counter these Chukunus. And could lose some villagers here potentially, could do some damage to these Chickanews potentially, but you know, what happens, happens. But I'm still just at a maze right now how much map control Brochek has managed to get. He's forced his opponent into this little area. I'm surprised that Sidopros hasn't been able to move out. Actually, it looks like he's going out now. And there we go, finally having to go get into the lumber camp as this one's pretty much done, leaving him open to harassment yet again. But the fact of the matter is, the tactic works. We've seen today, the tactic works. But anyway, back to the game. Brochek, not a lot he can do to force that. Really, he needs to go to Imperial and just come in here with some cavalry and get the harass, because as we do know, Persian cavalry is actually extremely powerful. They do get pretty much every upgrade for every cavalry unit. And it looks like he's going skirmishes though. Skirmishes is a good idea as well. Currently does not have a lot of food, currently running low. Could sell off a bit of that stone or wood to get a bit of food up. But, you know, it's no a big deal in the actual... We're currently 51 minutes into the game, by the way. And it's still to Brochek. Losing that villager there, that's a bugger. We do have another defensive castle going up for Brochek, so he does have those two up. Surprised he actually doesn't put one down, like, right here. If he put that castle down here, Sidopros would be in a lot of trouble. And this castle looks like it's just going to go up. Good placement though, going to be able to get that hill bonus there on his opponents. And those Chickanu, they are screwed. We have the Siege Workshop coming up for Sidopros because he just wants to get that out. Another town centre going down right now for Brochek because he is just deciding why the hell not. I've lost one, go one. But again, we see the same thing right here. We see monks being created. Monks seem to be the key at defending off any type of Persian douche. Wherever you see it, they seem to be the thing between it, which manages to do the damage. And that town centre is nearly up too. And I want to come down over here, and we can see this base over here still fully operational. Still using this gold, still using this lumber down here. And all these areas here, they're just getting a lot of damage. And here come the battering rams, going to be able to get a lot of damage onto that town centre if he moves these skirmishers up to defend these rams. But it looks like they're going to get taken out quite quickly there. And these skirmishers look like they're going to be killed off pretty quickly, honestly. We do have the castle down over here, though, removed. Can't believe I missed that. That's a pretty big turning point there. We did see Brochek actually come in here with some rams and kill off this castle. Which means he's pretty much lost his sector down there. He's not going to be able to hold that out. Brochek putting up a tower over here, holding down this area. And right now, it's starting to look really bad for Sidopros. Just because of the fact he lost his castle. There's a tower up here on his main lumber source. He's had to retreat out. He's being attacked on this side over here. His opponent's got elite skirmishers, plus 2 of the upgrades. So, Sidopros, it means at this stage, he has to get some rams out, and he has to reclaim all this area over here. And he just needs to start booting his opponent where it really hurts. We do see this knight start to be created right now for Brochek, and the scores are starting to get really close, actually. There's only 100 points in it. Mainly due to the fact that we see so many rams, and just such a good economy coming off for Sidopros right now. Brochek currently on 73 population, Sidopros currently on 85. Probably a higher military population, I will say as well, but all these villages are pushed into this area. So he may have a higher villager count, but it's not as effective. As we see, Brochek's spread out pretty much everywhere. He's got every resource he could need, plus more. And Sidopros, not a lot you can do. Brochek's still in that really high resource count. And here we go. So this town centre is going to go down to Sidopros. And there we go, going down, moving on to the castle up over here. Rams, of course, going to be killed off quite quickly if these knights manage to stay in there. Looks like they're going to take quite a bit of damage. And this castle looks like it is going to go down right now. And any reinforcements coming in? And no. We do have the two offensive castles coming up right now. May lose this one here, but we can see that Sidopros is going to lose a big area over here. And it looks like we've got camels being created for Brochek, which is again smart play. They're going to be able to do some damage to these knights. And losing this castle here, sadly, going down these and being killed off there quite quickly, actually, just due to the fact that archers do really well versus camels. Another castle coming up over here, so Brochek doing a great job at closing this distance. Currently a minute 2 into the game. That's how long this game has lasted. However, we do see an offensive coming up here from Sidopros, but being forced back by this castle, these villagers not going to be able to stand up to a castle. Of course, unless you're getting close, they don't have murder holes and you have spaders and whatnot. And they're Spanish, of course. Spanish villagers absolutely dominate. But Brochek currently up by 500 points again. He's managed to push this lead up. He's going to lose this section here by the looks of it. But he's managed to claim this section over here. And that's what really seems to matter at this point. Another defensive castle going down for Sidipress right now. And let's see, can Broshek see it? Yes, he knows it's going down. He has plenty of rams in the area. He's going to be able to take care of that quite quickly. And that means Sidipress, you're pretty much gone at this stage. If you can't get a good defensive up, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And looks like he does stand to lose quite a few houses though. And that's always a problem. But if we look, Broshek still getting the resources to advance. We still haven't seen either player go to Imperial. It's currently a minute 5 into the game. And nobody's gone to Imperial. This castle over here looks like it is honestly screwed. 4 rams versus a castle. We know how that is going to end. And being taken down really quick. The only real defensive he has is to move these villages up, but they could be hit by this castle potentially. No, but we do have skirmishes coming in. They are going to be able to start doing some damage to these villages. So here we go. Castle going down, going down, going down. Losing some villages there. Mangonel being used as well. And damaging his own rams there, sadly. And there's that castle down for Sidipress. So, in my opinion, this is a good game for him. He's currently down by 700 points, losing his offensive. He does have quite a good military force out, but we can see that Broshek is really, really well defended. He's got his main base up again, which is interesting because he moved it at the start. Lost his main, I guess you could call it, because of that. And he's lost this area over here. He's taken this area over here. He took this area over here, and we can see right now, Sidipress, he doesn't have a lot of areas he can get that wood from. And wood, of course, is a very important resource. This castle over here forcing him off this section. This castle's over here forcing him off this section. This piece here in the middle, run out. This piece over here, run out. And he has this piece over here, but again, defendable by this castle. So this is really all he has left to go to. So if any military comes up here and disrupts this whatsoever, or if he gets a castle up, he's going to lose it. Now, I haven't mentioned already, Broshek is going up to Imperial Age, which means this is pretty much game. So here comes the military force by the looks of it, going to be able to completely wipe this side over here, and currently still only 600 points in it, so there's not a big difference considering, but the game is just played out so interestingly in my opinion. Just the way each player's had to develop their base and move around that. So what is the plan now from Broshek? And it looks like he does stand to lose quite a few units over here. Pull back to the castle. Nope. And there we go, so we have a lot of stables going down for Broshek right now, which means we're probably going to see the mighty Paladin, or at least the Cavalier, raise its head in this game. And the fact this barracks up here is still around, it just means he hasn't had to redo it, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Alright, so what are we seeing? Cavalier getting done, Bloodlines getting done, Husbandary getting done, and then we are about to see a complete another Knight spam. And that'll probably bring us into the end of the game. Unless this army over here, they managed to get a few good converts. And here we see wall spamming. Brilliant play, actually, by Broshek here, just managing to wall us in. However, losing this villager here, it looks like he actually did get the conversion technology, so instead of getting converted now, his units just die. Making monks, of course, an extremely powerful unit. And look at this, we've seen Broshek, he's just taking over the entire map. He's just managed to box his opponent in here since the start of the game, and he's kept him there. Which is probably the best effort so far. We do see a lot of knights heading his way. They're going to be able to do quite a bit of damage down over here. These rams going to be able to do the damage as well. And here we go, potentially going to lose a lot of villages. And here comes the damage. Town center looks like it's going to go down. Castle most likely going to go down. And do we see any damage from you yet? No, we don't, but we see a lot of light cavalry, Cavalier being created right now. And the thing is, though, that you got to remember with this, Broshek has so many other bases he can fall back to right now. He's got his base over here, his base over here, he's got his base over here, he's got this one over here, this one here, this one here. He just has such good map control. He can essentially do whatever the hell he wants and get away with it. So here comes the light cavalry Cavalier mix. And we can see Broshek still in front, currently up by 1,300 points. And here comes the damage right now. Going to be able to kill off most of this army down here, I would say. Especially these monks. Monks, of course, being extremely gold units. They just require so much. And looks like he didn't get any conversions there. And he's going to get these kills here. Looks like we're even lacking the bloodlines right now. I don't even know if Chinese get bloodlines. But losing all these rams down over here. And I would say this is good game right now for Sidipress. Not a lot he can do to come back from this. He did have a good offensive over here, but losing so much of it, it just means it's pretty much a good game. We see lots of Cavalier being created. Potentially going to take out this town center down here, but not a lot they can do about it. Sorry, getting a bad throat at the moment. And here we go. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Monastery going down. These Rams over here starting to take down this town center. Looks like that doesn't matter. And here we go. Just getting the damage in now. Gonna see the resign. Amy, second from Citypress, I reckon, just because he's down by like 2,500 points. He's caught out, he has nothing to do. His opponent has such a good army at this stage. He's on such a good score, he has so much area. And here come, there we go, so we have seen the Paladin upgrade. Forcing him off this only lumber site he has here. Got a few spears out, but of course spears aren't going to be able to compete with Paladins. Especially this many. And there's the good game from Citypress. And the good game back from Broshek. Respect. Goodbye. There we go. Persian Douche. Perfectly legitimate tactic. So there we go, guys. The end of Wacky Wednesday number 1. Let me know what you want to see in it. What can I do to improve it? What did I do that screwed it? Etc. etc. I'll see you guys soon.